フォーエバースーパー戦隊、ゼニスマン、Go to Hollydoom.
After the creation of the 5 transformation visors, Zenith Spizers, the Harmony Sentai, sans Leva, used them to transform into their super forms by shouting, "Super tone up," placing them onto their eyes that became their secondary color visors to create the helmets, suits as main colors, while the capes to be secondary like the visors, completing the transformation as their Zenith Spizers have then turned into super version of the team's weapons in secondary color as well, as they now introduce themselves to be Super Z5, Nostal Yellow, Super Z4, Nostal Blue, Super Z3, Nostal Pink, Super Z2, Nostal Black, and Super Z1, Nostal White. Together, they're the Forever All-Stars. Super Harmony Sentai, Nostalgia. Although Leva's disappointed to never get her super form, she supports her younger sibling and their friends to defeat Aigaman and the movie monsters to save Hollywood. Aigaman then leads the charge of the movie monsters against the Nostalgers while Leva finds a good place to be safe to observe the battle, as each of the Rangers use their upgraded weapons to defeat the movie monsters. Super Sabe Roll, Super Rockin' Gun, both combined into Super Rock'n'Roll Jukin, Super Hip Choppers, Super Pop Bow, Super Electrang, and Super Count Riata, performing their respective finishers to be Super Zenith Slash, Super Zenith Shoot, Super Zenith Strike, Super Zenith Chop, Super Zenith Arrow, Super Zenith Throw, and Super Zenith Rope. Meanwhile, Leva continues to support the Nostalgers until she is spotted by Pestis and Steel Sword Dragon who attempt to kill her since she doesn't have her Kara Changer. Suddenly, she sees the Kara Changer falling to her as she grabs it with her mouth, confused as to why is it here after being taken by Aigaman, but notice a mysterious silhouette figure standing on top of the quarry who give her back the transformation collar before they leave, giving Leva the opportunity by using the Goranger, O-Ranger, Gokaiger, Zenkaiger, and Gozyuger Sentai rings from each Nostalger's legacy buckles to legacy change into Aka Ranger, to O-Red, to Gokai Red, to Zenkaiser, and then to Gozu Wolf to weaken the lookalike of Silens and the Renegade Black Cross Army member. During the battle against them as Gozu Wolf, Leva talks to Pestis about the remnant trio who have escaped death from the universe war, leaving Lex, Bellum, Vidal, and him to remain on Earth to get defeated and later return to bring back the calamity during the present Gozyuger's time before the reset of the universe, prompting the trio to strike. However, Pestis is angry that the trio should have been dead back in that war 2 decades ago, making Leva confused, but this gives him an SSD the advantage to take her out. However, Mashiro Gozu Polar takes over his second generation's position, by saying not to mention about what happened in the Super Sentai's final battle against Angus, transforming into that Polar Ranger for him and Goodburn to use the Good Knuckle to transform into Goodburn Gozu Polar to knock out the 2 movie monsters with great double fists along with Leva, and together destroy them with the upgraded Finish Knuckle. Before returning to the ring, Mashiro tells Leva that she and the Zenithman will learn more secrets about the Super Sentai final battle as well as the relationship of the remnant trio later this year. Back to the ground, the Super Harmony Sentai Nostalgers then go up against Aigaman, weakening him, who gets upset that this is not how Hollydoom should have ended now that the team have ruined his greatest movie, allowing Nostal White to use his Super Saberall to cut open the Jakuman's body to rescue the Zoltarian, but it turns out to have no one to be possessed including from wielding a Jaku ring, making him and the Nostalgers confused until he gets swatted away by Aigaman, but the team managed to help the first recruit as the 5 then combined their weapons into the Super Ensemblaster, together performing the nostalgic Harmony Blast at Aigaman to his defeat. However, the Nostalgers' victory will have to wait as Aigaman has been reactivated into a giant. Not only that, but he uses his power to revive the movie monsters again. Some unleashed their true forms like Manpuku and Damodal fusion, like Hizaru and Blizaru becoming Ashurazaru, Count Nair with Hound Shadow becoming Nair Hounder, and Minjo with Ramuden becoming Minjo Ramuden, while bringing in their robos from Aigaman like Fake Gokai-O, Bakuran-O, Volga's Killer Tank, and Yang's Mechanin to attack Hollywood. The Nostalgers can't do anything since their Transingers are in the studio's office, but the mysterious silhouette figure on top of the cliff shows up again to give them back their Transingers, Zenith comms, and Sentai rings before they leave, with Leva telling her friends she witnessed the same thing. Then the team get informed by Heimu to use the chosen out of 35 founded Sentai rings due to special mechas have been awakened to help them stop Aigaman and the movie monsters from destroying Hollywood. As Hollywood is getting dark, Aigamen and the movie monsters begin their attack on Hollywood to bring the true destruction as its meaning of Hollydoom, when suddenly they get slashed and blasted by the summoning movie-exclusive robos. Gao Knight, Saint Kaiser, Engine Dai Shogun, Wonder Gosei Great, Spino Dio, Safari Gao, Shurikenjin Dino, Condor Wild, Cerberios, Lupin Rex, Kishiryuzen, and Land Mage Red version. The robos manage to take out the monsters and their robos and are about to take on Aigamen, who merges the movie monsters and himself to become the combined movie monster, powering the fused monster up to heavily damage the robos, and the 5-minute summon time limit is almost running out. Just then, the people start to cheer on the Harmony Sentai to defeat the monster and save Hollywood, as this responds to Tiga's sword in the Gozyuger ring for Masaya to insert to the Transinger to summon the last god to gather the people's energy of support and love on their dreams, and Hollywood to become Tiga's sword origin by unleashing other movie-exclusive robos Tenrai Senpujin, Dekaranger Robo Full Blast Custom, Dai Tenkan, Geki Rin Tuja, Kyoryu Shinken-o, and Go Buster Kiro-o to weaken the combined movie monster, as well as giving that origin energy onto the summoned robos to expend the minutes, allowing them to take on many waves of strikes from the fusion monster, who gets defeated easily, more ticked off than ever about this all-star crap, even when the nostalgers and Leva tell him that becoming all-star means to make the greatest dream for the world he can't imagine, as all the movie robos gather their powers into one with Tiga's sword origin to perform the nostalgic all-star harmony, destroying the monster for good and restoring Hollywood to its normal glory, including erasing everyone's memories of the assault and capture. After that, the Harmony Sentai went to the studio's office to untie the 5 writers who somehow got freed thanks to someone, and despite losing memories about the attack, they still remember the gang, and explains that the man who saved them is the real Mr. E.G. himself, which confuses the 6 on who is that real E.G. than Aigamen, when suddenly someone approaches to the 11, introducing themselves as the producer from the studio that brings movies, Eiga, to give the people smiles, Egao, and in this country of the language English, Ego, that he came to visit to bring the Sentai here is an important invitation. He is a good friend to the writers and he is the true director, as well as the real Mr. E.G. Kazuo Sekimoto. This makes the first 4 recruited Zenithman stunned to see Sekimoto-san from Toei that created TV shows like Zubat, Japanese Spider-Man, etc., which the Osborne siblings haven't heard about that studio from Japan, nor have the 2 visit that country. Kazuo explains on how he felt interested in the Harmony Sentai to invite them visiting Hollywood. He saw the Zenithman battle through his camera that he recorded when he was in Tennessee for the summer episode 22, although his memory erased throughout the adventures. However, the camera recorded showcase proof that superheroes are real, just how he imagined they would be, so he wrote the letter by the name, Mr. E.G., to send it to one of the Zenithmen if they are those heroes, and he finally got the chance to meet them from their arrival in the ghost town of Hollywood to the quarry for the final battle. This makes the Harmony Sentai shocked and anxious that he and the 5 writers have found out about their secret identities than from a made-up dream from the true E.G. himself. However, he and the writers congratulate them for saving this Earth from evil, even if they lost their memories, and if the 6 want to enjoy summer vacation in Hollywood to experience movies and festivals, including doing a special movie that Kazuo will be making for the festival, but it's for good this time, which the team accepts for July until going to Japan in August. After 1 week of being in Hollywood of California, including Masaya doing a live performance of singing his rock and roll song with his guitar, Harmony at its zenith, making the fellow Zenithmen to think about wanting to create their own songs like Masaya. On August 1st Sunday, the Harmony Sentai bid farewell to the Kazuo and the 5 writers as they enter inside the Zenith party bus to fly to the sky, heading towards Asia to be visiting Japan for their true summer vacation, continuing their lives as the Harmony Sentai Zenithmen. At the computer system in the planet of Zoltar, the Remnant Trio have observed the events of Hollywood, angered upon what Pestis explained to Leva, and are also shocked that Aigamen has been created without using a Jaku ring to give to a captive Zoltarian, 100% sure that Zedminus didn't generate that ring to create that movie-themed Jakuman, as the Jakumans are created from Jaku rings of evil groups the Super Sentai have faced, leaving the 3 wonder on who did it. just until Z- has posted a file on using the credits they have gathered from previous Jakuman attacks to generate another member for the trio to cooperate, who are shocked to see that this new member the AI chatbot's creating is more powerful than the Jaku Sentai Malice 5, as the generate is complete, bringing out that creation made of light that blinds the trio. Meanwhile, inside a space station viewing the solar system, Zoltar, and the Earth is a mysterious figure who is petting a cat by the name Belican, revealing that they, Character X, or Chara X for short, is the one who created Igaman not as a Jakuman at all, for the Harmony Sentai to believe that Z- created that Jakuman, as X did this just only for a test to prove the Zenithman's strength of going through a high-staked battle, never expected for them to become the Nostalgers instead of their normal forms, but doesn't matter because this will not be their last if they destroyed the AI computer being Z- themselves, ending this story showcasing a laptop that shows Igaman he created.